Hola a todos, aquí Ester Galindo de Antum, dando paso a la primera videoentrevista a Phil Maffetone, donde le pido que se presente él mismo al público hispanohablante. Veréis que la imagen por su parte no es lo mejorcito que hay en la vida, seguiremos mejorando en eso. Gracias por estar ahí. Hi Phil, how are you?
Hi Esther, I'm great. I hope you're doing well as well.
I'm great. I'm very happy to have you here today. Finally, recording.
Great.
Yeah, our first interview. It's been already 7 years since we met in Italy, in Bologna.
Wow.
Wow. And although I've been translating quite a few of your articles, especially for the magazine Triatlón España, that was between the years 2014 and 2018. And some people do know you already, thanks to that. Today, I'd like you to introduce yourself. As of today, who is Phil Maffetone and what's his approach to healthy living or training and racing or on the whole, everything? And also what is math coaching or math fitness? And tell us about you and your company and how you approach all these things. Thank you.
Well, that's a long topic. I guess we'll do this over 3 days, maybe. No, it's really pretty simple. And these days, I'd like to say that if you really want to know who I am, listen to my music. Of course, reading my educational materials will do that as well, especially the most up-to-date ones, which are on my website. It all began in college, really. I had this crazy idea that I wanted to help people. I wanted to help them in their health and fitness endeavors. So that idea of health and fitness became a real key thing for me, and it wasn't just a career. It was a real passion, one that continues growing today. One of the goals, of course, is to help people understand the process of health and fitness and really simplify it, take out the hype so people can easily use that to their benefit. And I began that process a number of ways, but one was to define the terms health and fitness as two separate but related features of the human body. And health and fitness encompass all of the terms that are thrown around today: wellness and mindfulness, and even exercise and training, diet, nutrition, and so forth. It's all within that idea of health and fitness. And so that's a pretty simple thing. Now we don't have to worry about all these other things. What is cardio? What is this? What is that? The latest trends and so forth. And I defined health as a state where all the body's systems are working in balance. The muscle system, the hormone system, the skeleton, the intestinal tract, the nervous system, and so forth. And this balance is where we can obtain optimal health. And we can always strive to that. We may not ever reach it, but we can always strive to that, no matter how old we are, no matter how fit we may be, no matter how we've been handed good or bad genes, etc. Fitness, on the other hand, is the ability to be physically active, and that pertains mostly to any activity, whether you like to walk or ride a bike or play tennis or do combinations of things, or you're a high caliber professional athlete who wants to get better and better and continue improving without injury and aging. So that balance of health and fitness is what we should all strive for. And unfortunately, we have too many examples of athletes, for example, who are fit, but they're unhealthy because they're injured, they're burned out, they're overtrained, et cetera, et cetera. Also, long ago, I adopted a holistic view of health and fitness, and I kind of break it down into three parts for ease of discussion mainly, and also to explain what stress is, how does stress fit into this health and fitness balance picture. And I talk about the physical, the biochemical, and the mental emotional. So we have physical aspects of health and fitness, our physical muscles, for example, the shoes we wear, a dental problem we may have. Those things are significant factors that can affect not just our health but our fitness. Biochemical factors are hormones, our ability to generate energy in our cells, all the enzymes and metabolic components that are obviously very important for health and fitness, and the mental emotional component, which is our brain. And our brain, our brain's in charge, and if we don't have that starting at the top process where the brain tells the body how to function, then it's really a struggle. So the physical, biochemical, and mental component is really a key aspect of all this. And for me, the goal has always been to help people personalize their own health. It's self-care.
Yeah, can I say something here?
Yeah.
That's something I really, really like about your approach. And maybe that's the most difficult part for me when I'm telling people the way I can help them. Because I always say, well, I'm not really helping you. Maybe I'm just, giving you some tools or a way of looking at things that you are not using now, because you already know yourself. And you are the expert in yourself. I don't know you. But, that this approach is so difficult to explain. Even when I was applying to myself math, and during all these years, I've been knowing you, but before I met you face to face, and you've known me for this time, and you know that I've been through many other things, stressful, very stressful ones, and even though I was doing the right things, I could see that it's so difficult to manage stress at some point. And you are eating well, you are training slow because you're already stressed and you don't want more stress on that. And even though we are doing these things, you struggle a little bit from time to time.
Sure. And it's a difficult concept to grasp because people are used to being given or finding a cookbook approach to exercise. Here's how you run a marathon. Here's how you can get into shape. Here's a diet to lose weight. And we've become a society of zombies in a sense, because we no longer think for ourselves. Humans have always been able to think for themselves and let the body, and often it's an intuitive thing. Often it's a natural process. We don't, we cut our finger on something and we don't have to ponder how we're going to heal that little cut.
Yeah.
The body does that automatically. And much of what we have to ponder today is fighting off the terrible injustices that we have through the internet, through advertising, through the media, who give us bad information. It's literally wrong information, and it has persistently been building, especially with the online thing, where everybody lives online and they get their information every day or all day online, and you have to ask, where does that information come from? So, and to answer your question, what is MAF? What is MAF? It stands for maximum aerobic function. And what that means is that we have the ability to use our aerobic system, which is sort of the forgotten system. You know, I learned about it in school only later in my college days. They kind of skipped over it in biology and physiology, and it was amazing when I said, hey, wait a minute, why aren't they teaching about the aerobic system? And of course, this is a system that encompasses our red, slow twitch muscle fibers, aerobic muscle fibers, and their ability to function really well, which means they burn fat as an energy source. And that affects the heart and lungs, it affects our posture and gait, it affects our brain, it affects our energy, and literally it impacts on the whole body to improve health and fitness. And the reason I focused on that is because this is how humans lived. The earliest humans were fat-burning machines, and they used that energy. You know, they had all this energy to develop the brain and develop the body, develop longevity, so that's what MAF is. It's the ability to maximize our aerobic function, and once we have the energy, there's so much we can do from a health and fitness standpoint.